Hello, candle lovers. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Greg, and this is All About Candles. I'm your self-proclaimed Canadian candle connoisseur. Today, I have a review for you from Bath & Body Works. This is Together Weather. You know, I really think that this is a gorgeous jar, and it looked really, really pretty when it was burning too. I think that this is gorgeous. I really liked it. And I also really liked a little bit of what Bath and Body Works did with fall this year. I felt like it wasn't quite as heavy on like all the gourmands and pumpkins and spices as it usually is. And we actually got some collections with some really nice sort of more softer and more subtle sort of fall fragrances. Wildflower and honey also comes to mind. Whipped honey and vanilla I really liked, although I feel like that's a coconutty candle, but I really liked that. And I think Together Weather was just gorgeous. So this came out in body care at some point, I think. I want to say last year. It wasn't really on my radar because I don't investigate the Bath and Body Works body care a lot. But I know that this came out at some point in soaps and stuff as well, I think. But this was the first year that we got it as a candle, and I think it's one of my new favorites, actually. The scent notes on here are Blushing Breeze, Sugared Cardamom, and Soft Cedar. Now, those scent notes are interesting to me. I mean, what is a blushing breeze? I feel like there's a scent note in here that is taken from blush amber and peony, which was one of my favorite spring fragrances this year. And I think that candle was brand new this year too. I love that one. I backed this one up because I don't think it's going to be coming back necessarily. But I feel like there is that blush scent note in this candle as well. And it's kind of like a bit of a deeper, richer, more dark floral. And this obviously has like quite a body care vibe about it. It's kind of, for me, almost in the vein of something like Endless Weekend, like a sort of soft but dark fruity floral, which is really typical for Bath and Body Works, body care. A fruity, a floral, and then something like woodsy or vanilla or musky on the bottom. But I really, really, really enjoyed this one. I don't really pick up on cedar much. It does say soft cedar. And I do think that in the lower range of this candle, there is something that's a touch woodsy, but I don't think I'd ever be able to pick out cedar. I get a little bit of a musk from the bottom of this as well. It is a very mid-range candle, and what you're getting on top is sort of like that fruity floral component, the blush component. And then the mid-range it's got a little bit of a cardamom note in it, but it's not like a spicy or a dry cardamom. It's actually a very light, and almost slightly like powdery, but not in a dry way, in a sort of soft way. And then on the base, what I get is maybe a little bit of like a soft musk as opposed to soft cedar, but it is really nicely balanced. And this was a bit of a surprise for me this fall. I didn't think I would end up liking this candle so much. And I can say that upon burning it, it does open up even a bit more. When I burnt this candle, I was picking up much more on that cardamom in the mid-range of it, and I was picking up more of like sort of a soft powdery musk vibe as well. When I first smelled this in the store, I thought it smelled really basic. And it was one of those candles that I picked up like twice before I decided to give it a try. And I'm really, really glad that I did, because it is not a super complex, game-changing candle, but it is perfectly lovely. Yeah, there's just something about this one that kind of intrigues me that I feel like this is quite unique actually for a Bath and Body Works fall candle. Because it could also be a spring candle, I think, particularly if you took away that cardamom from it. Even with the cardamom in there, there's nothing stopping this from also being like a springtime candle. But since there is just like the teeniest little bit of a spice in that mid-range of this, it kind of sets it apart a little bit for me, and I really, really like it. I really like this fragrance. I think I might actually pick up a shower gel or something next time they have a body care sale. Yeah, because I think it's lovely. Performance-wise was a typical story for Bath and Body Works. Like the last third of this candle was a struggle, and in fact, it burned quite cleanly. As you can see, the wax is like quite nice and clean. It had the thick, ropey wicks on it that look a little bit stubby when you first open the candle up. I still have this much on here because I did end up putting it under my candle lamp, because at this point here, the first half burned beautifully. First half was great. As soon as we got past the halfway point, it was dudding out. Itty bitty wicks, teeny tiny flames, just really, really performing poorly. I mean, I treated it the way that I always treat my Bath and Body Works candles, and this one, it's always, you just don't know if it's gonna be a hit or a miss the last half of a Bath and Body Works candle, which frankly, is really starting to bum me out, and I think it's kind of unacceptable, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, so it was itty bitty wicks and teeny tiny flames for the whole last half of the candle, so I put it under a candle lamp, and honestly, I wish that it had performed better under a candle lamp. So when I was burning this in my more open area, I would say that the strength and throw was easily a 6.5. Maybe it got up to a 7 on some of the burns that, went on for 3 hours, deep even wax pool. It maybe touched a 7, but I was kind of okay with that. Like, I really like candles to be like a 7.5 or an 8. That's when I get really excited. I'd say that this candle, though, there was something about the fragrance where I thought that a 6.5 for strength and throw was enough. Like, it absolutely had a presence to it. It wasn't like slapping you in the face the way that I like to be slapped sometimes, but it definitely had a presence to it. You could totally detect it, and that is in my more sort of like open area. It was really lovely in the bedroom. In the bedroom, it was definitely like a solid 7 for strength and throw, and a really gorgeous fragrance in there. Yeah, I just really, really like this one. But like I said, just it was dudding out, like it was barely burning at about the halfway point. And so I did put it under my candle lamp, and I kind of expected it to be a little bit stronger under there than it was. Like, I'd say that in under my candle lamp, it's still kind of maxed out at about a 7. Like, once all of this wax that's left had been liquefied, it was maxing out at like a 7. I really thought I might get a little bit more out of it under the heat lamp. And so I guess, would I repurchase this and do I recommend it? Those are complicated questions. I do think that if we have another really good candle sale and these are still around, I think I might get myself another one just because I like the fragrance that much. Yeah, I really do. Maybe if I do get it again, I would just put the last half of it in a candle crock right off the bat if it started kind of to dud out the way that this one did. Yeah, I think I'd give it another try if the price was right, because I like the fragrance enough to tolerate like having to resort to a candle lamp or a candle crock. Would I recommend it if you like the fragrance? I mean, oh gosh, I like this fragrance, but that's so subjective. I don't think I can recommend this candle just based off of performance. I mean, it says on the Bath and Body Works website, amazing burn quality from beginning to end. That's what it says on the Bath and Body Works website. And they are just really fumbling the ball with that last third of their 3-wick candles right now. I know that it's always kind of been that way to a certain extent. However, I was like, before I went on vacation, I was filming some reviews like back to back so I could bank up some videos to post while I was away. And so I recorded a couple Bath and Body Works reviews back to back. In almost every video, the video ends with me being like, well, the last third of the candle really sucked. Either it dudded out, either it was itty bitty wicks and teeny tiny flames, or it got dirty and murky, or the fragrance got kind of corrupted and changed, or it started sooting. Like, it says on the website, amazing quality from beginning to end. And I just think that that is happening less and less and less. In fact, when I am able to burn a Bath and Body Works candle all the way to the end and it's beautiful burn, that's when I take notice of it. Into the Night. I just posted a review of Into the Night last week or the week before, and that candle burned amazing from beginning to end. And I can't think of another one. Like, something always almost seems to happen around here. I'd say like 75% of the time. Anyways, would I recommend this? I mean, if you like the fragrance enough and you're getting a good candle sale, sure, I'll recommend it. You know, however, I am hesitant to want to recommend candles that you can't actually burn all the way down to the bottom, especially from a company that like Bath and Body Works that's been doing this for years. Like, you know, people there must know that the candles have last third quality issues, and they must not just really care that much for whatever reason. And I mean, it's starting to feel kind of like it's all the time and kind of like it's a little unacceptable, in my opinion. Anyways, I'm gonna put a cap on that. Maybe I need to save this for my next My 2 Cents video. Like, what is up with the last third of a Bath and Body Works candle, folks? What is up? Anyways, sort of a repurchase and sort of a recommendation for Together Weather, my friends. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. You should thumbs up this video if you liked it and subscribe to my channel. Tell your friends as well. And you can email me at allaboutcandles@gmail.com and follow me on Instagram at allaboutcandles. And until next time, my dear, beautiful, gorgeous candle-loving friends, let's burn some candles and bitch about it. Thanks, folks. Bye now.